I just really love you guys. I mean it. Like I'm smiling so big right now. It's
You
just
are.
great to see you.
Dude, we needed that.
Yeah.
Rob's bringing
Alex, you
just
got
a
a great
lot of.
blue shirt on.
Thank you, man.
Are you at Sam's?
I am. So this is a shirt. I did an event for Iowa Concrete, and I went to when I got to
I'm sorry,
Austin,
say that one more time. Iowa Concrete.
like the association of people who like men like lay down concrete. There's
Wow,
some
that's
women,
cool.
but based off the demographics of the event, tis men. And but I went to this coffee shop in Austin just because you're commenting on this. And the hipster dude barista was like, "What a hip shirt, dude!" Like nobody. I was like, "No, it's not like an intentional." You know what I mean?
He's like concrete, man. Concrete. I love
Yeah.
it. Well, welcome back to another episode. This is episode 20. Guys, we broke 10,000 downloads today.
It's awesome.
Oh, man.
Big feat.
I know we deal, like, the three of us deal in views, and we get a lot of views with our content, and that is true. We've all had some viral videos, and we like know what that feels like. But like podcasting, 10,000 listens is a lot. Like that's a lot of earballs, man. Listening to our sweet voices. And
That is. Let's put it in
talking
a
about love.
stadium. Like,
Yeah, it's a stadium. Are you manifesting this stadium right now?
I was just trying to
picturing
picture like 100 people's a lot of people.
that? Yeah, 100 people is a lot.
Jordan, how are you, man? Rob came in with so much positive energy, then I got excited from it. How are you?
Yeah, no, I needed that for sure. Because Rob, right before you got on, Alex and I were both talking. We're just like, we're just sleepy boys right now. We're just a little
Sleepy.
like, yeah, it was a
You
little
needed
like,
you need a big daddy to come in and wake you up.
just get it going. And I knew it was going to happen too, of just like seeing, once the three of us are in here, it would definitely change the energy. But yeah, it's been good. The weather here is beautiful. Sunny days.
Can
I
we talk
love
about
it.
Rob's TikTok for a moment?
Sure. I don't know which
Uh,
one. I've actually been off TikTok for a while lately, and
I think that's
it's
a great
it's
thing.
weirding me. It's weirding me out a little bit. I'm like consciously like not opening it.
We
Well,
miss you, man.
what's we?
The talk misses you.
What?
I know.
No,
I
I
was
think
thinking
this
about
is
that.
healthy though. I think this is healthy for someone who's as like prolific on it. This is like a mental health check. So what
Yeah.
took you away and how's it going?
I was just like traveling and with family, and then like some trips came up, and I didn't look at it for like a day, and wasn't really inspired to look at it. I was like, cool. Let's do another day. Like we kind of enjoyed that. And so I'm feeling like I just need like a recharge. I also felt like it was very soft core porny. Like I was just getting a lot of like female thirst traps and things like that I wasn't feeling inspired by to see.
Yeah.
Yeah, my For You page is starting to get a little bit
Actually,
buttocks
mine
and
is
It's a
too.
boobs.
Can
little
we
it's a
talk
little
about this? Has
I
something
think it's
happened
just
in the
being like a guy, like that the majority of other men on the platform
sure.
watch that,
Like
and
I
they're
liked
like,
a football
hey,
score. Yeah.
a middle 30-year-old guy, 75% of this watch the whole thing. So you're in that demographic. So you're going to probably watch this whole thing too.
Right.
I've been getting served like boobs and butts. A lot of boobs actually, like girls just
But
Yeah.
not you follow
actually
the hashtag boobs and butts.
I follow hashtag buttocks and tiots. That's spelled TIYATS, tiots. Anyways, yeah, I've been getting served that too, and I'm like, I don't want to do this because it really does fuck up your brain a little bit when you're like just looking at butts. But I will say, and I hope this is not an overshare, but like I've been really conscious about my porn intake, and I really don't watch it that much. Like I used to. There was a stage in my life when I almost like needed to like masturbate before bed or like needed to watch porn before bed. And now I'm just like, I read 10 pages of a book of like nonfiction, and I just sleep so much better than when I look at like just egregious hardcore porn. Yeah. So I feel like
The
I've grown.
juxtaposition of that is amazing, by the way.
Yeah.
But hey, listen, we all have nightly routines, and those change over time. But Alex, what was the TikTok that you wanted to reference on Rob's?
Oh, I will. I will. Well, I think you both touched on something. It is true though. The like, uh, pornography in general, it's like it's nuts that it exists. Like I can't imagine being a
On the
teenager.
level
We
that
talked
it
about,
exists. Yeah.
yeah, like because there's like I agree of like creating a healthy boundary around it. Only I mean not only for so many reasons, but one of them is like I just don't like what it does to like my brain and how I think about things and view the world. And it's like you'll go to like to get a pizza. Like, wait, there was a
Big
it
sausage
just
pizza.
it's not good. But anyways, I
Yeah.
thought I intermittent on TikTok as well, but I saw one of Rob's because like you two are like the main accounts I follow on TikTok, and
Thanks.
Rob's did like a
Follow
fit
us at
check,
Rob Michael Moore.
and it was
Yeah.
dude,
Oh, I did a fit check. Yeah, it was my
yeah,
first fit check.
you're actually wearing an outfit of a character from Friends. I gotta find it and show it to you. It's too on
Great.
point. But dude, you looked great, and people were like, you made me think of it. Someone was like, Rob just went from dad to daddy.
Yeah,
It's like,
baby. I mean the lighting in here is terrible right now, but I look and feel great. I'm 35 years young. We had the birthday on Monday. I kind of like this two episodes a week. But yeah, I did the fit check. I mean, with the TikTok, it's almost like I don't ever want to be too precious with what I'm putting out there. And I feel like I felt sexy in that outfit. And I was just like, what if I did just a fit check?
it's
Um,
good.
and I always harness Jordan because he just knows how to be sexy on the social verticals, you know.
Thank you so much.
Well, so today's episode, we were texting. Jordan, you kicked this off
Yeah.
great on our thread, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
uh,
Yeah.
it was kind of like the evolution of a fuck boy. Like, how does a man go from a man or a young boy to then like single and dating to then being a full blown fuck boy? And if you don't know what that term is, Jordan, do you mind telling us what you describe as a fuck boy, like the
Well,
definition?
yeah, I think the how I pitched this of what I wanted us to talk about is that like a couple years ago, everything was, oh, he's a fuck boy, he's a fuck boy, and then it has now transitioned of the content that I'm seeing and the way that people talk about men on social media is that he's a narcissist. He's gaslighting you, he's love bombing you. And so there's this interesting pipeline that happens of just like the evolution of a fuckboy and someone that is referred to as an FB, maybe we can refer to it as that so we're not dropping so many F
FB,
bombs. Yeah.
not
In the
Facebook.
episode. Yeah, they're meta now.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's someone who like kind of tells you that they want to be with you and tells you all the right things and kind of does you dirty in the long run, whether it's kind of ghosts you after a couple months or am I missing anything? Just kind of like his
Well,
nature is that like he'll look at other girls in a wrong way while he's out with you or talk to other people and just kind of or am I hitting that? I mean, I'm sure there's a wide
Totally.
variety of what like an FB is like and how people view that.
All Urban Dictionary.
yeah,
Perfect. Thank you so much.
while you look that up, Alex, I've heard that an FB could also be like a guy who is dating a woman and has all of the benefits of dating somebody, but then is still casually dating other women.
Is that a
Yeah,
situationship?
I see again, I don't
I
know. That's just
disagree.
what that's a definition that somebody told me. And then I was like,
Yeah.
shit, am I like an FB? Like is well, I really like look, I am dating right now and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
And there has been points where like maybe I'm dating one person and kind of getting those like emotional signal, not emotional signals. It's not like I'm saying I love you to somebody and then like going and hooking up with other people. I'm just saying like that texting, like, yeah, I'm doing this and things are this, like communication. Does that make you an FB?
In my eyes, I think an FB is your top priority is sex. And
Okay,
like
so
not only
straight up
sex with
sex.
like one person, but sex with multiple people. And so like you'll say, do court, woo, whatever you got to do to like sleep with this person. And then you'll also like go and do it with other people, which like,
Wait,
you
talking
know,
to the mic. I can't hear you.
How's this?
Oh my god,
So
it's so
dude, when you
good.
go, can you
Watermelon.
do the definition ASMR?
Yeah.
What it says
Yeah,
on
read it
Urban
out. Read
Dictionary?
it out. Oh,
It's gonna
get
make me
so
throw up.
close.
I think in my 20s, I had a season of like not FB, but just like more party focused, wanting to just be like, whatever, like, I don't know, reckless, I think. But none of you guys are. FB is like you're that's what you set out to do, is to sleep with people, and you will say and do whatever you need to do to sleep with them, even if it's like lies or tell them what you think they want them to hear, or gaslight them, and then switch and do that to
So
other
it's like a
people.
pickup artist. It's literally like what the
A
pickup
little
artist
bit.
people were.
A
Yeah.
little bit, yeah.
Which Jordan and I have read the book. Uh so
I read a good synopsis.
yeah. All right, read will you ASMR us the definition on urban dick?
Yeah, sure.
That's short
Man.
for dictionary, urban dick.
A guy who will tell a girl anything to get them to hook up with them. That's the with an I. Then there's also one with a Y.
Oh, so that's fuck
No,
boy.
we want the eye. The eye is
I
The
think
eye
we do
is
too.
the
yeah.
true,
The
and
Y is
I
not
think we
different.
nailed it, Alex. You nailed it.
Yeah.
Okay, it seems like it's the same. And also, you kind of sounded like the '90s movie trailer guy.
That's what it
You're
started to
like,
feel like, so I
you're like,
backed off. Yeah.
okay.
The guy who wants to hook up with everybody.
It's every
Now,
movie ever.
can you look up what they have for a narcissist?
You
Oh
got it, guys.
God,
I'm happy
I'm
to do
kidding.
it. I have access. It's this thing,
And
Goggle.
Wait, you
thank
have
you.
Google?
That's awesome.
What a narcissist. Okay. Do you want the Urban Dictionary or like Webster's?
No. Urban dick.
Urban Dictionaries,
Do
but
you
yeah,
want Narc?
that's do not.
First of all, I had done a lot of research on narcissism
Uh-huh.
over this last year, and they do refer to narcissists as narcs.
Do they? So I was
Yes.
wrong, because narcs
You,
is someone like is a narcotics officer, or like someone
narcs.
who like.
You just saying narcotics officer was the best thing I've ever heard.
Did I swallow my tongue, or did I say it
No,
right?
it's just like the funniest term. It's a
Okay.
narcotics officer.
Yeah, he's a narc.
He's a
Dwight
narc.
Schrute.
Yeah.
Narc.
All right.
Remember the Narc bit, Kevin?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. There's a few, but this is, I think, what we're hitting at. A
Okay.
personality trait or behavior of someone who has no empathy for other people. Another one is someone who always seems to turn the situation onto themselves instead of thinking about the other people.
Okay.
Ooh.
So
An
there's
FB and a
yeah.
narc
Go ahead.
meet at a bar. The narc orders a drink and
Can you guys role play this out?
doesn't ask how the bartender's doing. The FB orders a drink and asks how the bartender's doing, and then fucks the bartender.
I do there is a clear evolution of the difference between an FB and a narcissist, because it seems like a narcissist is just a more fully functioning person, like in terms of they're going to gaslight you a little bit to make you feel like less empowered, or to give them the upper hand, and to that's like the dominance that happens in the emotional intelligence that grows in our head, right? Am I saying that correctly? Like, do you guys visualize that in the sense that like an FB is doing stuff on the early end that's just like literally saying or doing anything and being maybe a little bit boyish, versus a narcissist is like a man who is like aware of what they're doing, and like the
I would agree, 'cause
manipulation that comes
I'm
in the
thinking of
hand.
guys who are just like get drunk and hook up, and that doesn't seem
Mhm.
as fuckboy as just like being kind of immature. I think a
Mhm.
fuckboy is like a little more like suave with it, and
Oh, okay.
a little more psychotic.
Interesting. So I actually think it's the opposite. Whereas I think an FB is more of a behavioral thing, and it's a behavior that can be unlearned and trained, and you can almost like be like, oh man, I need to check myself a little bit. Whereas narcissism is more of like a mental disorder where you actually see the world differently and you only focus on yourself.
Wow. I like that. And I also feel like a narcissist can go both ways with both men and women, like dealing with their relationship. I don't think it's only men that are narcissists in relationships.
Agreed. Oh, for sure.
And but I don't think that there's somewhat of a parallel. Like if you say like an FB and a slut, like I don't know. I don't think a girl needs to say all that much to convince a guy to like hook up with her.
I don't think there's FGs, like fuck girls.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think, audience? DM us at Jordan Kahana, at
Starting with
real
me.
single Rob Moore Michael.
I'm gonna change it again.
Are you?
No, I'm not. I'm
Okay.
keeping
Have
it.
you
Okay.
two
Rob Michael
either
Moore for life.
dated? Have you two ever dated a narcissist? Just I don't know where that came from. Just wondering. Just have you guys ever dated anyone who's like a narcissist?
I have, yeah, I think I have, and it's a mind fuck kind of when you're in it, and I've definitely connected with women who have been in narcissistic relationships and then broke up and are out of it, and just describe how the mind fuckery that happens when you're in a narcissistic abusive relationship, because you literally are having somebody, the term gaslight is like they're like everything is your fault and they just like pull the rug out from under you. And I've read so much about narcissism, and I don't fuck boy and narcissist. I do think they're different. I think fuck boy, there's almost this like cavalier, boyish, as Jordan said, like, yeah, it's okay. Like we're just having fun and I'm just hooking up with a bunch of chicks. Like I remember those conversations in I was girl obsessed in middle school, like middle school, high school. Like, don't you remember just talking to the guys being like, oh man, Kathy, I'm gonna kiss Kathy or something like that. There's no one named Kathy ever.
So you dated a narcissist?
Was that the Yeah, yeah, I have. I definitely have. Have
Do you
you?
feel like you have, Alex?
No. No. If anything, I think I was not narcissistic, but super self-focused. Like I had a big heart and all that stuff, but I think especially in my 20s, I was just so like, oh, career is everything. And so I think I was just always thinking about me and what I had to do and all that, you know?
Yeah, being selfish and being a narcissist are not the same.
Okay. I don't think I've dated. No, I have not dated one. Have you?
I have.
What
Yes.
was that like?
Yeah. It's it's definitely tough. I definitely remember situations in the relationship where I'm like, I don't subscribe to this. This
Yeah.
feels wrong, but like I'm trying to just appease the situation. So that was my experience with it more than anything. It's just a little tough and it's a little like traumatizing coming out where you're like, man, that was really toxic.
Yeah.
And it's hard to navigate the proper communication to go with it because we are a little bit all selfish and we all are a little bit
Sure.
narcissistic. So, but like it's to the what extremes does it impact the actual relationship?
My therapist today goes, you clearly have some narcissistic qualities, Rob, if you're attracting narcissists. And I'm like, fuck you.
Yeah.
But he's so right. It's like I do,
Yeah.
and I have to watch that. It's like I do have narcissistic traits, and when they bubble over or they like take over, like that's when I'm kind of like the ugliest version of myself. And I have to be like, whoa, dude, why am I being so selfish? Like, why am I not
Yeah.
thinking outside of my own reality and my own situation? And so again, I do agree that I also have listened to podcasts where they're like, in big cities, they suggest I listened, this is when I was healing. I listened to this podcast about, they said that in big cities like New York, LA, Chicago, 25% of people are actually suffering from NPD, which is narcissistic personality disorder, which
sure.
literally means you're like, your reality is different than the other 75%. I was like, that is a huge number. That means 1 in 4 people that you go on a date with could potentially be a narcissist if you live in LA.
Okay, so how do you uncover it then?
I think there are different like tropes of empathy that you can pull out of people, especially in my situation when I share my story of losing my wife and, you know, sobriety. Like, you can tell if somebody feels it and holds space for it and can be like, okay, or if somebody's just completely dismissive or like turns the conversation then around on themselves. That is like one key characteristic where like every conversation gets flipped around on like, oh yeah, but I did this, or like I'm doing this.
What do you guys think about this as a barometer check? And it's not a perfect science because some people will kind of put on a front and almost do it as like trying too hard. But I've noticed like if you're just kind or you engage with let's call it, for lack of a better term, a service industry individual, whether that's like an Uber driver or a taxi driver or a waiter or a waitress or a valet, or like if you're on a date, because people interact with people differently. And
Dude,
so
I
yeah.
went on a date with Smoke Show City. We were, I won't say her name. It was like literally like I was like, how am I dating this woman? This was earlier this year. And we went to the movies and she was such a dick to the ticket guy and such a
Yeah.
dick to the concession stand person. She's like, what did you even say? Or like what? And I was just like, you could be the most beautiful, externally beautiful person, but like as soon as you show those colors, like I'm out. Like,
Wait, but be real. Did she get like a little bit of a longer pass because you thought she was really beautiful? You're like, okay, that was probably a blip. That was a blip. He's not going to do it again.
no, dude, we never went on a date again after that.
Okay,
I swear.
good.
That was like
That's great.
that was like our third date.
Okay, that was the only time
Um,
it showed up though. Dates 1 and 2, it didn't.
dates 1 and 2, it didn't. This was like our first proper
Yeah,
date.
she kicked a
So
puppy, but who doesn't do that?
she took a turtle and just threw it very far. She said, "Fuck turtles." So okay, so I could talk for hours on narcissism. I think I'm more interested in the FB side of things because, oh, one thing I wanted to mention is like if any of our listeners are going through a breakup, um, I want you to know that like the more toxic the relationship was, the harder it's gonna be to get over it. And that's something that I realized, and it's just like, if you had a really fun relationship or really like positive relationship and ending, like you're gonna move on way faster. But if it was really toxic,
That's
like
good.
there's gonna be questioning, and you're gonna be like, wait, was I doing the right thing, or what if I'd done this? And that's usually a sign that it was actually a pretty toxic relationship.
Jordan, did you date a narcissist? You said you did date one.
Yeah. And it kind of makes me think when it comes to like finding the right person, how Rob, your therapist saying that you attracting narcissist means that you're a narcissist. So I
No,
always
that I have
say,
narcissistic qualities.
sorry, yes,
Narcissistic
you have
qualities.
qualities of a narcissist that bring narcissism into the partners that you find yourself with. But what I was trying to say is that one of the things that I think what happens with dating is that everyone has their quirks and they're crazy, and it's like crazy matching crazy that needs to, or I don't think like trauma should match up, but your your quirks and craziness need to align, or what you're willing to accept.
Yeah, definitely. Well, Dr. Quirk over in Austin, you love
Works
Quirky,
McGee?
dude. Quirks McGee, that's you.
Dude, I love Corky Town.
Big quirky guy over here.
Dude,
He's
I
a big
also
quirky guy.
I don't want to jump ahead, but you got me kind of excited on the ship has sailed game.
Let's play it. I say
Great.
I say we play
Yeah.
some.
I,
Let's.
I'm
Well,
I'm really glad I clarified too, because I didn't want to put you guys in a bad spot with that.
well, to sum
Yeah.
up that other one, I think communication will always be like king and queen. Like just talk with people about intentions. And granted, a fuckboy is probably going to say the right words, but yeah.
So are we in agreement though that a fuckboy and a narcissist are different?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So hey, to our listeners, if you're ever in a situation where you feel like you're dealing with a narcissist or a fuckboy and you're confused, by all means, reach out to us and we'll try and decipher and help you out.
Send us their social media profile.
But don't you think
Send us their address. We'll come
do you
for
think
you.
this goes back to the thinking that if you're confused, then like you kind of have your answer? Like if
Um,
like because I think you're kind of aware, and I think when you're with an FB and you're in that relationship, like I was talking to my buddy who recently got cheated on, and he's 28, she's
ouch.
23, and it was just one of those like that's kind of sometimes what happens in your 20s. Like no one knows has the emotional intelligence and the awareness and the like we're all just trying to say the right thing and putting on this mask of like dating. And I mean, have you guys all been cheated on as well? Can you like speak on that or been like because I have. So
Yeah, I've been
and
cheated on,
and
but
that
again, it
happens
was in like my 20s, and
exactly. It
it
happens
was
early on in relationships, like or early on in your youth when you're in relationships because you don't know how to always handle all the temptation or the true commitment that it takes to be in like a monogamous relationship.
I remember literally verbatim like dating my high school sweetheart, I'm close with now, and we're friends. I remember like talking to my mom, I'm like, should I kind of want to date other people or something? And her being like, you're only 18. Like, go do what you want to do. Like none of this really matters that much. Um, but again, I don't think that was the right advice.
No, no. Well, but my buddy's brother said this once. He was on the lacrosse team. He kind of just said this to like, you know, he was like, if you want to be date other people, go date other people. He's like, but if you're committed to someone, like either be in a relationship or don't, And I think
Right.
that, and in my 20s, I've been on both sides of it. And like, honestly, incredibly not proud of that. Were they
Mm-hmm.
like good
Yeah.
foundational, bought in relationships? No, but still, it's just a terrible thing. Um, but like, it's one of the more like, I don't ruthless, maybe that's the right word, things you can do to another person. Like,
Yeah, it's pretty
like,
There's just so
selfish.
many it's extremely selfish, and there's so many steps that have to happen for you to actually get
yeah.
to the cheating. Oh
Well, let's do
man.
ship has sailed.
All right, ship has
Great.
sailed.
Why don't we kick it off with cheating? Has that ship sailed for you all?
Ship has sailed.
So, Jordan, can you explain the game?
Yeah, so I just want to talk about different stuff in life and relationships and be a little playful with it. And one of the catchphrases that we have on this show is
Such a
that ship
playful,
has
tight little boy. We love it.
I was sleepy to start with, and now I'm ready to go. We're
Now he's
playing games.
ready.
We're talking about past relationships, toxicity, craziness. And so I just wanted to have a little more like gamification in the show and have some fun. And so talk about where we are in our lives on different behaviors that we've done in the past or haven't done but heard other people are doing, and so wanted to do. And so if we are still doing it, we say yes, and if not, we say that ship has sailed.
I love it.
So it's any behavior, we can throw it out, and then we have to say either yes, I'm still doing it, or that ship has sailed.
I like it. I think it can be
Yeah.
anything, right?
What if it's like in the docks? Should it be that like parked
In
in
the
the docks?
docks.
In the
Yeah.
docks, or that ship has sailed? Okay, great.
Great.
I wrote down a few here. Well, I think we should kick it off. Cheating
Uh-huh.
behavior.
That ship has sailed. But
That ship has sailed.
I
Sailed.
know I mentioned in a recent episode about wanting to be in an open relationship, but I don't think that's cheating behavior because there's communication and trust and foundation that would go into that relationship.
Your ship goes to
Cheating?
Yacht Week.
Yeah.
Love Yacht Week. Went in 2016.
Cheating, I did cheat on, and I had a phase in my younger years where I cheated on a girlfriend, and it is literally the most disgusting thing because it takes all the trust out of a relationship, which is really the most beautiful foundational part of like a relationship, is just like trusting each other. You can be attracted, but like trust is so beautiful. So ship has definitely sailed, and happy that it has.
Wants to toss out the next one?
Pace yourself if you're going to yacht week. It's a week long. That's my number one advice. Just pace yourself.
Okay, I've
Sliding.
got one.
Okay,
Oh,
go.
okay. Doing 2 dates, like dating app dates in one day.
I mean, when I was, I'm with someone now, but when I wasn't, I did that. But I will say this,
So you're
uh,
docked.
I'm docked. But I would
Yeah.
say that like, if I had actually hit it off with the first person, I was gonna cancel the second one. But it was more of like, okay, this is my day free, and it was almost like out of efficiency of let's see if there's something here.
Right.
Okay,
Okay, so I'm
Jay.
in the
What
dock. I'm
about
in the dock.
Web's in the dock?
Um. I guess. Wait. In the docs for this one means I'm not doing it, but I'm a little the phrasing of this is a little confusing, but I guess
Would you still double book dating app
um
dates on the same day?
would I'm gonna say no. It hasn't worked out positively in the past. I have done in
That's
the
what
past,
so
but
ship has
like
sailed.
yeah, the ship has sailed on that.
I am ship has sailed as
You
well. Whoever just
yeah,
DM'd Jordan, I call bullshit.
I,
Show your cards.
I mean, it makes me think about my friend who came to visit and was like, "Yeah, I went on a date every night for a whole week straight." And it's like, I don't know if I've ever done that. Like, I've definitely gone on a lot of dates in a week, but like, I don't think I've ever had a perfect week like that. And so hearing that just makes
Well,
me feel a little bit more like assured that people are out there, especially like attractive girls, like are going on a lot of dates. I'd have to imagine that they're doubling up.
there again, I don't think there's anything fundamentally wrong about doubling up on a date.
Mm-hmm.
The reason the ship has sailed for me on doubling up on dating app dates is that I've found it to be so stressful.
Yeah.
And it's
Yeah.
just like too stressful having um like you're trying to connect with somebody and see if it goes somewhere and then it goes. There's like an ego boost where you're like, oh, I've got 2 dates. I'm so fucking hot. Like, look at me.
Yeah.
Um,
Cool. All right. I'm the only one in the docks, even though I have a girlfriend, but I call BS on you both to the highest degree, but we'll keep it moving.
Okay.
Who got the next one?
all right, Jordan's up.
This ship has sailed sliding into DMs.
I'm
Yeah.
fully docked. I think the slide into the DM is just so money and I love it. I think when I get a response from a girl who I find to be Instagram hot, which is
Mm-hmm.
it's obviously its own persona of hot, and I'm
Mm-hmm.
like, she's got 21,000 followers. I'm just like, she's talking to me. I'm so cool. It's such an ego boost. And it's literally just like fat, chubby Robbie, like when I was in 3rd grade, just being like, I'm talking to the pretty girl.
Eating gushers.
Yeah, just eating Pop Tarts and Gushers. I love Pop Tarts. So docked, fully docked.
In the last years, yeah, I'm docked. I'm docked.
Okay. Great. Yeah.
Jordan, don't
uh,
even try.
No,
Don't
I'm
even
not.
try.
Yeah, no, it's great. Say what's
Your
up.
ship is docked and anchored, my friend.
You're not
It
even at
is
the shore.
stuck. Lost the key a while ago.
Yeah.
Okay, fine. I'm docked.
All right,
What
Robbie,
do you
you
got
toss
for
out the
us?
next one.
No, Webs, you go. Let's go in a circle.
Okay, I thought I did. Okay. I'm gonna kind of switch gears from
Yeah.
it's not that fun. Okay. This is just like a get a tattoo or piercings.
I'm fully docked. I'm probably gonna get some when I'm in Chicago for Thanksgiving. I was talking to a friend about it. I definitely am inspired to get more. And yeah, I think about piercing my nose from time to time, but I don't think that's gonna
Wow.
happen.
Nose piercing, huh?
Dude, I see a like I mean this in a great way, like a Machine Gun Kelly, Pete Davidson vibe entering your future.
Listen, those guys pull, so I'm not mad at it.
They pull so hard. It's
All right,
it's
Robbie.
absolutely bananas that Pete Davidson is dating or was dating Kim Kardashian. Like that is
And Ariana
insane.
Grande engaged.
And yeah, his whole like Rolodex of
It's
past people
unbelievable.
is just,
It's proof that like confidence is everything. Like
or being 6'3", one of the two. You tell me.
fair.
All right,
I
Rob.
that that ship has sailed, meaning I would not get a tattoo or piercing. I've had a thought where I was like, I want to be edgier. And then I'm just like, you know what? No, like there's just nothing that I could get a tattoo of that would be like, this is like I want this on my body for the rest of my life.
Mm.
So yeah, ship has sailed.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Webs? Would you get a back tat? Just like a lower back tat?
Yeah. Like a butterfly, but like a strong one that meant strength.
Yeah,
Um,
strong butterfly with like muscles.
dude, I'm docked, but it would have to be something. Also, this sounds lame, but I have concerns about the ink, like into your skin. Like I've heard some people have
Oh,
like health challenges with it. So that's an honest one that I'm not sure of. But if there was like a healthy charcoal one, it sounds so I want to like tell myself to shut up, but I mean everything
you
I'm saying to my core.
okay? I think that's sweet.
But I wouldn't get a piercing. I just have no desire. But I would get tattoo. Yeah.
True story. I once saw a man's pierced wiener when I was. This is the weirdest story.
You gotta finish it.
All right, he had a pierced wiener and a tattoo on his wiener, and
Wow.
I'm not kidding. This was a guy. He was working for my dad. My dad owns grocery stores, and I was in high school. Like I was 15.
This is sounding more and more illegal the more
It,
you
Yeah,
go
it's
into
it
telling
becoming
this
more
is. It
story.
concerning.
is. And he was friends with my cousin Near. And Near and I, like Near was like the first guy to be like, "You got to have sex with women, Robbie. You come on, stop being a pussy." And I'm like, I'm in 8th grade, Near. Like, slow down. And anyways, this was one of Near's friends, and he was working, and he's like, yeah, man, I got a tattoo on my dick. Check it out. And we were just peeing next to each other, and he just showed me his dick.
Wow.
And I was just like, that must have hurt. Like, cool. Yeah,
Clip
creepy.
it,
Now,
Alexis. Clip it.
Where are you guys at with sending and or receiving a double and or triple and or quad text?
Like bubbles that no one responded
Yes.
to. Oh
Yes.
no, you
Like
can't.
a
I'm gonna check
double
my phone
test,
real
triple
quick.
text.
No, the aesthetics of like
The back and forth.
I think unless you're like super close with someone where it's
Mm-hmm.
like it doesn't really matter, you gotta play tennis, you gotta have a back and forth cadence. So I'm gonna say
Mm-hmm.
I'm out on two unless the third one is coming in like,
So
do
we're
you ever
double
want to speak
texting.
again?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. We're cool with two, don't
two's
hear
fine.
anything. And then come three, you're just kind of like, catch me or don't.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Um, are you saying like lines of text or like different conversational text? Like, hey, because I can get maybe 3, 4 lines of a text that's really
Mm-hmm.
just in one text that's like part of it,
I guess
like different
prompting,
conversations.
yeah, like prompting a question almost. Like where are you at with the follow up and how many into it?
I
But I
mean,
guess just in any situation, it can be whether with friends or not, or in relationships. I just think like
I
the
try and respond
etiquette.
to every message. I try to
Mm-hmm.
respond to every message, whether it's, one or two. I usually get back to everybody on one. I'm
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not one to ghost. I actually like to be the last person sending the message, which always is kind of a position of weakness, but I'm
Okay.
almost like I'm not like deliberate about it, but I'm just like I just want them to know that I see them. However, it sometimes does take me a day, 2 days to like get back just because I have so many messages and I'm just like trying to answer them all. Some of the DMs I've been getting on Instagram though, I haven't responded to because they're either just really weird or it's like somebody trying to set me up with a friend. And I'm like, I
Mm-hmm.
just don't know how to deal with this right now.
Fair enough.
So I guess the ship has sailed.
Yeah. How are you in your relationship, Alex, with the texting? Is it very ping pongy or?
Alex's eyes just went, what?
I thought I thought it was just gonna end at in the relationship.
We can't
Oh,
hear you. We can't hear you.
Right. I thought it's been a long day, dude.
Alex,
I
this is our
thought,
20th episode.
dude, I
We're
had a
totally-
moment earlier. I was like, we've done 20 of
I
these.
know.
Yeah,
I
I
did
know,
too.
dude. It's a
It's
lot.
20 hours of
It's
just us
amazing.
being like, so you said, I'm sad. It's good. It's good. I think there's a good cadence with also though. I think we're at a comfort level where like if one of us were to send three, or it's not like I don't think I don't want to say game because that sounds so cliche, but like I think we're just messaging how we feel when we feel it, and if it's
hmm
or what we got to say, and yeah, I mean, I'm also a big in separately, and I think a lot of people are onto these now, but voice memos, we in America relate to the game of
Yeah.
like that's a great move to
hmm
not even people you're dating, work people, stay in touch with people. But this is my now that I brought this up, unless it's like a good friend and there's a lot of things you're saying, do it in 20 seconds because there's nothing more almost invasive than like a minute 40 voice note that someone can't pause and keep going and they shuts off and you have to go to the beginning. Such a
That's the
design flaw with
worst.
Apple.
Yes.
How did
Yes.
you not pick up on that?
That
You're
is
listening,
brutal.
take the feedback.
Mhm.
All right, I got another one. So mad. Okay.
That is a great
Festivals.
point, though. I do love voice notes.
They're
I love
great. I think
voice
they're good
notes.
personal, like, okay, festivals. Like,
hmm
I guess I want to see either say, let's just say, as an example, Coachella or Burning Man. Has the ship sailed or you docked?
Docked. I would totally go to Burning Man. I don't think I would go back to Coachella, but then again, last time I said that, I then ended up going impulsively on a third date to Coachella.
So
Fourth
aggressive.
date.
I love it. And y'all
It was
camp together.
so aggressive. We did car camping. It was now I think back, she was so nice. It was great. It was a great weekend. Car camping for two.
Jordan?
Oh, nice. I'm going to say docked as well. I've been thinking a lot about, um, I mean, seeing Odessa live in Denver was definitely like spiritual and awesome. And I think seeing live music is one of the coolest things that we can do and one of the most fun things for me at least. And so I'm definitely intrigued to get out and dance more and see some live music this upcoming year.
Heck yeah.
Hell
Yeah, diggity docked. I heard there was like a Burning Man in Costa Rica. Not a Burning Man, but like that type of thing. That sounds way more exciting to me than like honestly,
The
just the
desert.
desert looks. I just picture myself biking alone late at night, lost. But maybe that's my like old drinking mind where
That's
that would just
blackout
be.
webs.
Yeah, you're right. That's how like most nights would end with me drinking. Not most, but a lot of nights was just like me alone somewhere walking cold. So
I picture sober Burning Man to be a lot of dancing for me and like a lot
mhm,
of like oons and like staying up
yeah.
late and deep conversations. But then again, like without having the comfort of like a bed or like, air conditioning, it might be tough. But I'm just interested
You'd
in the
probably be in a
experience.
camper. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people are in like generated filled
I'm
campers, I'd have
genuinely
to
just
imagine.
interested in the experience of Burning Man. I've heard
hmm
so many positive things. I've heard that it's hot as fuck. I've heard that it's intense. Like
It
you
was
know,
going on when we were in Joshua Tree.
yeah. Like the elements are no joke, but there's just part of me that's like, all right, yeah, I think I would enjoy it. Um, the outfits. So yeah. What a fun game. I like this, guys. Little ship has sailed.
Yes. Do y'all
More
have
this.
questions?
Yeah, do we have a question from
I don't think so. Did we save one from last time? Let me look at this note from Mercedes and see.
so just for our listeners, we obviously have talked a little bit about doing a live show, and I think we're leaning towards
Sub
Aus,
sub.
Austin, Massachusetts. No, Austin, Texas. Um, we might be doing one in December, maybe one in January. But again, we just want to make sure that the interest is there. So if you could DM one of us and just be like, hey, I'll be there. That would mean a lot to us. We really appreciate
Please
it.
tell us you want to come.
Please say, I will be there. I will come. Come with the kick drum.
I'm Gary.
Um,
Uh,
Okay, I think I have two. I'll do this
nice.
first one. Um, if given the option between dating a girl who comes from a lot of money and would never have to worry didn't work about it, or someone who works hard but doesn't do that well financially, which would you pick? How about if they were a student still and had a lot of potential but not much free time? Those are two different questions.
Yo, it's weird that this question's popping up because literally during my therapy today, I was talking about like materialism and thinking about money and like money it comes and goes, right? Like money is not everything. And my therapist actually was like, if you were to meet a girl and she had no money, she was poor, but she was beautiful, she had a beautiful soul, would you go for her even if she was, really, really poor? And the answer is absolutely yes. With the asterisks that I do want to meet somebody who has shared some similar experience and life experience as I have. And the way that I was raised, like I've been able to travel, I've been able to see a decent amount of the world. So I wouldn't necessarily I would want her to have some of those life experiences.
it's good, man. Yeah, I remember it might have been my mom or someone said to me, that backgrounds matter. And in one of my last relationships, I dated someone who we really had very, very different backgrounds. And as much as, we all want to believe, live in the present and the past, it came up in like interesting ways, but also impactful ways. And so I hear what Rob's saying of like, I don't know what those alignments need to be, but it does matter.
I'd love a sugar mama if I'm going to be honest.
Jay, you could get a
Just
sugar mama, dude.
yeah,
You're such a tight boy.
You're so little and so tight. Tight
Oh,
little
I'm
boy.
never gonna live that down. There's a meme also that goes around on Twitter before it was set on fire. That it's like this woman dressed in a superhero's outfit, and it's this like a director or something showing on an iPad, and it's always like confident corporate female like girlfriend and like freelance artist boyfriend, and like, it's like me and who, and always just like that sounds great. I like that. What about someone who doesn't have a lot of time? Like if they're a student or maybe they're working really hard but aren't doing financially well, so they have to like cover a lot of shifts or work like a crazy job.
I'm in. I'm in with also like, and similar to the like you brought up the poor thing or not doing well. Like I'm in. Like the
Poor.
person is what? Did you
So
say
poor.
poor, right?
Yeah,
Did I
Yeah.
say that
poor.
word
It's
wrong? How do y'all say it?
No,
Per?
no, you're
no,
Poor.
poor.
Ori?
yeah. I don't think he's challenging
I
the
wasn't challenging
pronunciation
the
of
way
it.
that you said it. You said it fantastic. It's just
Nailed it.
yeah. Just the question of like, would you date a poor woman
I have a
or
question.
poor
So
Would you date a
I,
girl?
peasant?
Yeah, would you date a peasant?
if you were Jasmine and you met Aladdin, would you be down?
Well, but the thing is, I also think like a beautiful soul, but also like if I'm being real, there's a can we see eye to eye on like how do we better our life situation? How do we
Hmm.
maybe you know what I'm saying? Because like
Right.
uh so if someone wanted or had mental blocks that they didn't want to work through, then no, I couldn't. But
Yeah.
in terms of the busy thing, same thing, 100% yes, but also like eye to the future. How do we make some choices, set ourselves up so that this isn't the long haul?
Right.
I'm in a phase
Where are you
where
guys at?
go ahead, Jay.
Hit it.
Sorry.
You're gonna answer. I'm just bringing in a whole different question. You're good.
I was just gonna say I feel like I've in my dating history, I default to a pretty codependent kind of texting all the time, messaging, and really like just heavily focused on my partner. And there's a part of me in this new version of myself, you know, this is going back to like, if she's busy, would you date someone who's super busy? And the answer is like, yes, as long as the quality time that was given to me was actually quality and I felt like she was present there. So if she was busy, she was traveling all over, or, you know, had to travel for work, or just could only see me once a week or whatever, like, that's okay. That's fine. I just would want the quality time to be like real quality time.
Agreed. Yeah. When you're there, you're there. And when you're not, that's okay. And we can stay connected that way.
Right.
How do you guys feel about candles?
I like light.
Well, just the smells of them. Because like during this episode, I've been like lighting this one candle. It's leather and embers. It's just really enjoyable. It has a crackling wood wick also. Very a unique experience.
Are you
Yeah.
gonna take a bath?
I don't love it. No, but it just smells so good. Like it's just
take a
Show it to
bath,
us.
man.
Show us the smell.
Yeah, show us the smell.
Who makes it?
Wow. Look at that smell.
Threshold.
It crackles.
Not a sponsor. Yeah, look in it. So it has like this wooden wick that just kind of crackles.
Does it smell good?
It smells so good. I love like the tobacco and salt wood and all that kind of stuff. This one's leather and embers.
Big salt wood
great.
guy.
Yeah. All right.
We're gonna wrap it up here.
Alex is done.
Yeah.
Well, Rob and I both asked when we're just looping. We also said, "Does it smell good?" It smells good. But as it smell, it smells good.
It smells good.
Just trying to share smells.
We love doing this, and we can only do it with your guys' earballs and your ears and listenership. So again, thank you so much for listening to Still Single, supporting us on Instagram at We Are Still Single and TikTok at We Are Still Single. If you do have a second, like, go to Apple Podcasts, leave a 5-star review, write a little note, be like, you guys are silly little bitches, and yeah, just keep tuning in. We'll be back next week with another episode.
Love y'all. Love you.